Hey girl, do you have an opinion on how early is too early to decorate for Christmas?
Well, I think that it's probably too soon to put it up when Halloween hasn't happened yet, but I leave very little room for judgment between Halloween and Thanksgiving. How about you?
Um, I used to wait until after Thanksgiving because that's what we did when I was growing up. But now that I realize I'm an adult and I can put them up whenever, I'll probably do it this weekend.
I freaking love Christmas decorations, dude. And I think that like during the pandemic, people were like, I need something that brings me joy and just started putting out their Christmas decorations as soon as they could.
Yeah, I already got a Christmas purse.
Where did you get your Christmas purse?
The internet.
I know what's on the internet, but where did you get it from?
I'll send you the link. It's like a little Grinch purse. It's so cute.
Oh, fun. Oh, I love that. Do you have Christmas lights in your neighborhood yet?
Yes. Yes, I saw some people setting them up this week.
Are you putting your Christmas lights up this week?
Not the outside ones. I think I'm going to get the tree out though.
I love Christmas lights. I love driving around and looking at Christmas lights, listening to Christmas music. I am very invested in Christmas for a Jew. Hello, new friends. Welcome to another episode of We Talk Shit. I'm Jen.
And I'm Megan.
And we talk shit. Each week, we're going to bring you any fine nuggets of gossip that we can find wherever we can find it, whether it's Reddit or Facebook or TikTok or in line at the grocery store. We're going to bring it to you. We are only sharing our opinions here. It feels really important to say that. This is our opinion. We are just here to gossip with you like your two best gossipy gal pals. Megan, how was your week?
I have had a very long week. I was sick all week. You can probably still hear it in my voice a little bit, but it just makes everything so much harder when I wake up and I'm like, ugh, and I'm coughing, and my head hurts, and then my kids are like screaming, and I'm like, ugh. And I had to, it was my son's birthday, so we had some little friends over, which that's not quiet either.
No, not at all. Wait, you have to talk about your the birthday present that you got him.
His bike. So
yeah, tell him where you stored it.
Okay, friends, people, let me give you a little piece of advice. When you buy your children a bicycle, don't hide it in your bathroom, which is where I chose to put it because it was so nice out over the weekend and I couldn't put it in the garage because I knew my kids would be in and out of the garage, and my daughter is very observant.
Right.
And she would have seen it and told my son. So the only place they're not allowed to go in my house is my bathroom. And it wasn't like a big bike, but it wasn't a small bike either. So for like 2 days, I had to like shimmy around my bathroom and like kind of like lean over to like sit down on like
oh, that's so awkward.
Oh my God, it was so bad. And I had to like back out like backwards and like, oh my gosh. So yeah. So anyway, find a better spot to hide bikes is what I'm saying.
Well, how was the bike received? Did he like it?
Oh, he loves it. And he has little like glowy things to put on the wheel that glows in the dark at night.
Yeah.
So he's very excited. So I'm glad he liked it. But I do need to say that, so he got a bike. That was like his big present. But it wasn't his favorite present. Did I tell you what his favorite present was?
No. Was it a potato?
No, it was a whoopee cushion. my God. He has, and it was like $1 too. I saw it and I was like, oh, I'll just throw it in the bag, whatever. Loves it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, little boys love farts. I mean, adult men love farts.
Ugh, they all
men love farts. Yeah. I mean, I guess a fart can be funny, in the right time or place.
Hey, I can't complain. Well, how was your week?
Well, I'll tell you what, I had a pretty decent week. I was pretty busy, but I don't know if I told you about this. I have new neighbors. I've had them for just maybe 2 months, and there is some tea. There is a drama happening in that apartment. I can tell you that for sure.
Tell me more.
Okay. Well, first of all, John and I live in a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment, and it's not massive, but it's not small. Right across the hall from us, our neighbors live in the exact same apartment, just like mirror imaged, right? So in that apartment, and I'm not kidding, there's no less than 7 people, adult people in that house.
Like, what do they all do in there? Do they just like stand? Because you can't be moving around a lot.
Just like stand around, lean on each other for comfort. Yeah. No, well, I can tell you this. They don't have permanent bed fixtures because basically we just put our trash out in front of our apartment and the trash valet will come and pick up our trash and bring it down to the dumpster, which is very cool. But because of that, we can see our neighbor's trash and what they're into. I do have an upstairs neighbor that really likes Busch Light, and that's a little embarrassing, but to each their own. But my across the hall neighbor, I swear to God, at least once a week, there is a blow-up mattress in the hallway. At least one blow-up mattress in the hallway. And I don't understand what's happening with the blow-up mattresses. Why do they keep throwing them out? Are they getting popped? Are they graduating to beds? Like, what is happening with the blow-up mattresses? And when I tell you once a week, I definitely mean once a week.
That's an interesting choice to throw away, because you don't throw those away unless there's something wrong with them, because they're kind of expensive.
They're expensive, and like, even if you don't need it anymore as your bed, you might have a guest. I guess there's not a lot of room in there for a guest, but I mean, who knows?
Well, and how many do you think they have in the house if they're throwing them away?
That's a really good question. Are they getting them? Are they going to Costco and buying like a couple 3-packs every week? Like, I don't understand how they're able to do this. Like, I really don't. But when I moved to Nashville, I slept on an air mattress for like the first couple months that I lived here. And I just kept patching the same one up because I could not afford to just go back out and buy another air mattress.
No, absolutely not. No, they're too expensive. And what do you think their like
it's too much
sheet situation is? If they have all these air mattresses, there has to be like how many sheets?
There's so many men in there. I guarantee that not everyone is sleeping on a sheet. I guarantee. It sounds sticky. Just a lot of speaking of whoopee cushion.
When you like that sweat on the plastic sound. Ugh.
It's the worst, but that's like not even all. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Sometimes there's a baby there, but not all the time. But sometimes there's a baby there. I'm not really sure. I'm not a mother. I don't know what like is the right age for things to be happening, but the baby can walk and say some words. So how old is that? Like 1.5, 2? I don't know.
Yeah, like she's toddler. Here.
Yeah, like, okay. Like I said, sometimes there's a baby there. And a lot of times the baby is screaming, but sometimes the baby leaves. And I don't mean with an adult and goes on an adventure. I mean the baby in a diaper and no shirt will open the front door and leave the apartment by herself. We still have our Halloween decorations up. I've watched her. We have a Ring camera. I've watched her on camera walk out of her apartment, pick up one of our pumpkins, walk back into her apartment.
Oh my God. It's like baby's day out.
Yeah. Yeah, just like a little, you know what I think I'm going to do? Just really quick, I'm going to run an errand and go get a little pumpkin. That'll be fun for today.
Hey, guys who are here, I'm just going to step out for a minute. Don't worry about me. I think you have some laundry to do. Worry about that. I'll be back.
Just keep playing Call of Duty. I've got this. I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah.
It's crazy. There've been at least 2 times that either John or I have left the apartment to go see if the baby was okay, because we have just like this landing, and when you step off the landing, it goes right into the woods. So I certainly don't want her to get, like attacked by a critter, a bear, bitten by a possum or something. Like, it's so insane. I don't understand what's happening in there, and I don't know whose baby the baby is, because like I said, 7 adults. But that's not all.
Oh, okay. What else?
So, of the 7 adults, there are 2 women. And one of them is this beautiful Latino girl. And the other one is a white girl with long, beautiful red hair. And the red-haired girl is dating one of the men inside the apartment. I'm still not sure which one. She said, I live with my boyfriend, when we introduced ourselves to her. And she did not say which one was the boyfriend, which is fine. It's none of our business. But all of the men in the apartment work for the same company. Like I said, we have like a Ring camera, so you can like look at the videos. I'm going to be honest, I'm super nosy. I mean, come on, I have a gossip podcast. But all of them will leave at the same time in the morning wearing the same t-shirt. So they all work in the same place. There have been a couple times, 2 or 3 times, that immediately after the men leave, like no more than 20 minutes after the men leave, there will be a guy that comes to the door. He's dressed in construction gear, and we do have construction going on down the road. He'll come up in his construction gear, he'll knock on the door, redhead answers the door, and they go inside. So I'm pretty sure that redhead is having an affair right under our noses.
Right in front of my face, and you can't even ask any questions.
I have so many questions.
That's like when, because I live in like a suburb neighborhood, and there's a couple times there's been like a fire truck up the street or an ambulance, and like everyone goes out and like vacuums their driveway, or like
right.
Just to like see what's going on, because you can't walk up and be like, what's going on here? You just got to be nosy and stare at them.
I feel like that there should be some sort of like law, some FOIA, that if you go up and ask somebody that's emergency personnel, like they have to tell you what's going on.
Yes. Well, I think I just texted you the other day because I was at Aldi and there were cops there, and I was like, they should really just put up a sign that says why they're there, carry a whiteboard with you, because everyone wants to know. We all want to know. Why are you at Aldi? Why?
Literally, maybe just like, like a girl, just, hi, over here. Yes. Okay. Here's the tea. So that guy just got arrested because, just to give the info. I mean, I got to be honest, in a public place like in Aldi, like, you want to make sure that you're safe too. Like, it's not just gossip.
Yeah. And the one I go to, like, it's fine most of the time, but it can get sketchy sometimes.
They can all get sketchy sometimes. I mean, unless you're in like the 1%er neighborhood, the grocery stores are give or take, I feel like.
Walmart, and I call this the safe zone. I only go to Walmart between 9 to 11 in the morning, Monday through Friday. That is the safe zone to go to Walmart. I will not go to Walmart any other time because it just gets sketchy.
Okay.
It's empty.
Yeah.
There's barely anyone there. It's quiet is the big one. Quiet.
Do you see any sketchy things like people wearing, I don't know, diapers or like head to toe American flag or anything weird?
No. No.
Walmart stuff?
No. Just regular.
Oh.
It's the regular people time. No, there's nobody stocking up on air mattresses.
Wow.
No carts full of air mattresses. No one, people like walk around with their iPhones on like speaker at 100. It's like,
oh my God. Wait, we have to talk about that. That's the worst thing in the world. Am I right?
Why?
Why do people do it? I don't know.
I don't know. It drives me bananas.
It's like, I know AirPods are expensive, but wired earbuds are not. And there's no reason that we all need to be subjected to your bullshit.
Oh, and why don't you just hold the phone on your ear?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's an option as well. Lest we forget. Right.
I mean, I don't know if like people do that anymore, but I'm just saying, you know, an option.
I mean, I just don't. The ones that I am like, why do you need to do that FaceTime call in public? Like, tell me what's the reason? Why couldn't you do that in the car or in your house?
Wait till you get home.
Oh God, the FaceTime, the music. Last night, John and I went out for dinner and there was a guy in the booth across from us. I shit you not, just full blast listening to like some like 80s rock and roll, like, you know, like hair metal band. And we were like, what the hell is wrong with that guy? Like, why is he doing? He's just like air guitar. It was really, really weird.
People just like don't have social skills anymore.
Social norms consistently change, but this one I feel like everybody can agree on. Like, I don't want to hear your phone call. I don't want to hear your music. You know, why don't you just sit over there and enjoy your stuff quietly, and I'll enjoy my stuff quietly, and we'll just let the day go by and not irritate each other.
Like, can you imagine if everyone did that? Like, for example, I listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. What if I just walked around blasting murder stuff? People would be pissed off at me.
Yeah.
They could be like, her arm was cut off. Her head was cut off. Can you imagine, like, walking around, like, Target and hearing that?
But I also, like, if I had you on a phone call, I wouldn't be walking around like, oh my God, Megan, listen to what happened to me. Like, I would just, like, I would want a little privacy.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, girl, I'm at Walmart. Can I call you back in a little bit?
That's exactly right. That is the exact right thing that you should do.
And thanks for listening to our TED Talk.
Oh my God. Megan, what are we talking shit about this week?
Have you heard of Kim Zolciak-Biermann?
All I know about her is she is a beautiful blonde who used to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes. Well, you're about to learn a lot more about her.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited. Can't wait. We'll be right back.
Okay, so Kim Zolciak-Biermann. I'm going to give you a little background on her before I get into her current problems.
I've never been so excited.
Okay, so she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and when it started, she was dating a married man, and they called him Big Papa, and she also wears wigs for fun. She has her hair, but she just enjoys wearing wigs.
This is just a side note. A lot of times on Bravo, they'll have women who are dating married men, like Lala Kent. Did he ever appear on camera, or was it just like Big Papa got me this car?
No, he was never on camera, and he did buy her a car. And Kim also pretended to be engaged to him for a while, so that was really funny to watch because they obviously were not.
Why did she pretend?
Married. I don't know. She's delusional. I mean, we're going to get into that. But then she met her current husband, whose name is Croy. Kim and Croy fall in love. They get married, and they get their own show called Don't Be Tardy. Do you want to know how they got the name Don't Be Tardy?
Yeah. Yes, I do, because I think I know, but I want you to say it.
So Kim, beautiful, delusional Kim, thinks she is a singing superstar, and she has a song called Don't Be Tardy. Don't be tardy for the party. Whoa,
party. I know this song.
No, and what's funny is like when she went through this whole phase where like diva phase, she went on a tour, and you know Candy, who wrote songs for like Candy Burris, I think her name. Yeah, she's very famous in like the singing world, and she went on tour with Kim, and she was just shook her head the whole entire time, and it was hilarious.
Oh my God. It's always so, listen, one thing that I will always believe is that Bravo is so shady. They're basically doing every single thing that they show you out of side eye. Like, they're just kind of like, can you believe this? Can you believe what you're doing right now? Like,
I know. You know? It's just like, oh my God. And I swear they put delusional people with people like Nene, who's hilarious and just shades everyone. And it's like, oh my God, it's excellent TV.
Just like Erica Jane and her crazy ass, and like
Sheena
Shea.
God. Yeah, Jen Shaw.
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. And like, I feel like the producers have to be like, well, the audience is going to know that this isn't great. So we have to play into the joke.
I know. So Kim, Croy, they had one kid, they got married, they had another child, and then they had twins. And Croy adopted her 2 older daughters. So together they have 6 children.
All right. Okay. I'm seeing little Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt vibes here.
Well, kind of. They weren't adopted, but it's a lot of babies.
Lots and lots of babies.
So that's kind of the back history of what happened. And then we're going to fast forward a little bit to 2023.
Oh, wow. So this is recent.
Yeah, it's this year. And I would love to point out that we're recording on 11/11. And you know when Kim and Croy got married?
I'm guessing 11/11. So what year was it that they got married?
Guess.
2011?
Yeah.
11,
I remember
11,
it being
11.
like
Bless.
a really big deal to Kim to have it on like 11/11/11. Like it was a whole thing. And Kimberly, I would like to point out that I do think she's a trash, terrible person. However, with that being said, she seems like a lot of fun because she says things like, wine just tastes better out of a solo cup. And you know what? Sometimes it does.
Yeah, especially if you're like camping or something. Wow, she looks really young for her age.
Yeah, she looks great. She's a great plastic surgeon.
Yeah, God bless him.
So we're fast forward to February 2023. It comes out in the news that their home that they live in Georgia is being put into foreclosure.
Okay.
Because they defaulted.
That's big.
Yeah. Well, and it's like a big house too, like they're obviously living beyond their means, clearly. If you followed her on social media for the last 15 years, like I have, you know that. And so they defaulted on a $1.65 million loan.
Oh, shit. That's a big boy.
Yep. And you know who else isn't happy with them?
Who?
The IRS.
Oh, no. Oh, this is a nightmare.
Guess how much they owe the IRS?
More or less than on the house?
Slightly less. $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, so very slightly less. Okay, so they in some trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, so not going well for them. Then, May of this year, they both file for divorce. Kim and Croy. And guess what else leaks to the media?
What?
Kim has a credit card that she owes over $200,000 on.
How does it get that bad?
Like, what do you think? Like, how do you get a $200,000 limit when you don't have a job? Like, she doesn't have a job.
Well, I mean, she did work for Bravo, and I know Bravo pays pretty handsomely when, you like during the season. So plus, like with her fame, if you're a bank, you're probably thinking she's good for it just because you see her on TV all the time.
I mean, I guess, but they haven't been on TV for a while. And Croy used to play for the NFL, but he retired, and so he doesn't have a job either. They don't have jobs.
Oh, I wonder because like I know for a fact that the only way that you can get more credit on your card is if like you have like viable collateral and you've showed a positive payment history. So they must have taken a turn at some point.
Well, Kim has a gambling problem.
No. Oh no. What kind of gambling does she do?
All of it. Scratch-offs, slots, everything. She loves to spend money. And she also gets water delivered to her house. Do you want to guess how much that costs?
Well, what is it made out of? Cocaine? Like, why is the water delivery expensive?
I don't remember the brand, and don't officially quote me on this number, but she was ordering like $5,000 worth of water a month, like cases of it.
What the fuck is in that water?
I don't know. And she was ordering cases of wine, which that one, I get that one, sure. That makes sense.
I can look past that one, sure.
But she has all of these charges, and they're all leaked. So you can see everything she's like spending. And it's so ridiculous.
Okay, so she's just spending money on, she's got water, she's got her gambling addiction, probably buying a lot of like Chanel, Dolce & Gabbana, Louboutin, all of this. And she's just not paying her bills.
No, and because after their house went into foreclosure, their water got shut off, which you're like, oh, maybe that's why she's ordering all this water. No, she just does that. But then they got the water turned back on because they claimed hardships. I know you could do that.
Well, yeah. It's like, I think that if you live in a house where there's no water, you could get feasibly very sick.
Yeah. But girl, pay your bills. Pay your bills.
Pay your bills.
Stop.
Got to pay those bills.
And as much as I hate to quote her, Bethany Frankel, trash.
Ugh.
She decided to get involved in this whole mess because that's what she does. She made this TikTok and she's like, here's my advice. Pay your bills. All right, Bethany, you got me on that one. They should be paying their bills.
Well, that is revolutionary advice. I bet nobody has ever said something so intelligent. Pay your bills. Like that, Bethany Frankel.
And Bethany doesn't give out information for free. Hope everyone writes that one down. So they file for divorce. Then they decide, you know what? Let's stay married. So they call off the divorce.
A reconciliation. You love to hear it.
Rough times. I can't imagine dealing with foreclosures and the IRS is knocking on your door. It's hard.
Not to mention 6 kids.
Oh my God. There's so much shenanigans in this story. I forget there's also 6 children involved.
6 separate children.
Well, four kids are younger, like 12 and under. But the 2 older daughters are in their 20s, and they're nightmares too.
Oh, how so?
There was like this one TikTok. The guy on TikTok who goes around and is like, oh, how much money do you make? Like, how much money do you make? How much money is in your bank account? Brielle, the oldest daughter, was on one of them. And he was like, how much money is your bank account? And she was like, why? Do I look like I don't have any money? And it's like, and he was like, oh, okay, like, what do you do for a job? And she was like, I was on reality TV for like 7 years and I invest in businesses. Just like so rude and dismissive. And it's like, girl, you don't have to stand there for this interview. Just be like, oh, no, thank you, and continue on.
No, her pride's got to be like minuscule. It's got to be like she is like, no, you don't understand. I am far, far, far too important to have a regular job, You can exist for so long without paying your bills, like more than you think. I remember when I was college age, I got a cell phone and I just paid for the first month so I could get the cell phone and then stopped paying for it. And the phone worked for 6 full months. It's almost like you've got a golden ticket, right? You can just keep doing stuff until somebody tells you have to stop. So it sounds like they were living their absolute best life. And I say absolute best life because nobody was coming after them for money for a very long time. So it's like free money until you're caught. What do you think?
I guess I don't really know because I get super nervous and worried when I don't pay bills on time. Like every now and then, like we'll have to pay rent like a couple of days late. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to kick us out. Oh my God. I could never be in that much debt. Like,
no, see, that's the thing. I've never even seen that amount of money. So I could never be in that much debt. But it's just something that I think about sometimes that like people get away with large amounts of debt for a very long time. Like, look at those guys who like lose their high paying job and they just never tell their family. They just get up in the mornings and just leave the house and do something for 9 hours and then come home and nobody's the wiser.
But where are they getting money? Like those guys that get up and like they don't tell their wives about their jobs. How do they think they're going to get their next paycheck?
I mean, it's weird in this day and age. Like my husband and I share a checking account. I have access to the checking account on my phone. I have the app. So if we weren't getting paychecks for months at a time, I'd be like, what's all this?
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, hey, you know how we used to have water? It seems to not be working. Do you know anything about that?
Do you have any idea why? No, I don't understand. I don't understand. I assume that that guys like that, they just live off of their credit and their like stocks and whatever the hell they can do to maintain that they have a job as long as they can. Oh, I say, and like I said, this is a very hot take, that in between getting fired and your family finding out that you have no money is like the best time, because you have your whole day to yourself. You know, it's like you don't have any obligations yet. It's not until you're caught that you have your obligations.
No, right? Okay, because so listen to this, is my stepmom used to work at a prison. She was like a nurse in a prison, and there's like all kinds of people there. And she told me there was one guy who was there, and he was told by doctors that he had 6 months to live. He has like some super rare disease, and like only 3 other people in the world had it, and they're dead. And so he was like, fuck it. He got 1,000,000 credit cards. He maxed out everything. He bought all these fancy cars. Cause like, what's going to happen? You know, like he's just going to die. Like, who cares? Guess what? He didn't die. And now he's in prison.
He didn't die. That's,
now you're sucking.
That was like an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Do you remember that there was like a woman who came in and she was with her husband, and they're like, yeah, you know, we're going to go to the Uganda tomorrow. And then after that, we're going to Thailand. And they're like, wow, you guys are really handling this well. And they're like, yeah, well, we don't have that much time left. And so we're going to spend it all together. And then they find out that she can be cured. And they're like,
yes, they were going to pay it off with her life insurance.
Yeah.
That was the plan. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. And they're like, oh no.
Do you have to do that? It's like, I
guess we don't, but I mean no, but okay, so where were we? She's losing the house. She's gotten her water turned off, turned back on. She filed for divorce. She's just now reconciled. What else is going on with Kim?
Well, guess what? August comes around. Croy. God, that's a stupid name. Croy files for divorce again.
It's a stupid fucking name. Croy. Yeah. Okay. And what do you know what the reasons are? What did he cite?
I don't remember. It's probably like, my wife is a crazy bitch or something.
Yeah, that's on there. I've seen the official documents. It's like irreconcilable differences. There's infidelity, and then there's my wife is a crazy bitch. So yeah.
So
did everything
because he filed himself, and again, don't quote me on any of this because I don't know how this works.
All right.
So he filed for himself, which gives Kim, she has to you have to respond to the petition or something, and she says no.
Yeah.
I'm not signing that. And do you want to know why she said that?
I don't know. Because
she said in an official document that they are still having sex.
Wow. I mean, this is something interesting. You know, we can't judge people on their amount of education, but did somebody tell her that you can have sex when you're not married?
I don't know. That was never specified in the court documents.
I feel like we should just make sure that she's aware.
But also, wait, I forgot about this. Oh my God, this is a big thing. I forgot about this. So they're living in the same house. It's foreclosed. They can't move because they don't have any money, right? So they're living in the same house while separated, and they have called 911 several times because one time, Croy was trying to sleep in the master bedroom and he locked Kim out, and Kim called the cops and said she needed her neck cream, and the cops came out for that. That was an actual call she made. Oh,
that's so embarrassing. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever heard. She couldn't say, I've left my medication in there. She couldn't say anything else.
I think there was medication too, but she definitely said neck cream.
Oh my God.
They called 911 a couple more times for that, and then they had to go to court about their divorce. It was over Zoom, so you'd be like, oh wow, that's convenient for everyone, just hop onto your Zoom.
Yeah.
Kim goes, nah. Kim just skipped it.
Oh, she just didn't go.
Yeah, she just didn't go.
Okay. I have a few questions.
Sure.
So was she, when they called 911, was there any violence in the house? I just want to get that out of the way before I continue to make fun of her.
No, there was not.
No violence. This is just them being...
Yeah, it's them being children.
Okay. And then my second question is, why would you want to stay in a marriage like that? Why wouldn't you just be like, nah, I should clean slate this bitch and start all over?
Why would you not sell your fucking house, take the money, and then you each can go get your own separate living places?
Does he have partial ownership on that house?
Yeah, both their names are on it.
Well, see, what we're looking at here is an Ariana Madix and Tom Sandoval situation, because they own a house together and he didn't move out for a really long time. She moved out because she was working on a project and they still own the house together, and they can't sell because both of their names are on the property. So one person can't be like, I'm going to sell, and the other person will be like, no, I want to live here. This is my dream house.
That's what happened. That's what's happening. That's why, because Kim won't sell it.
Yeah.
One of their car is supposed to be repoed, but they hid it in their garage because you can't enter private property to repo something.
Right.
So they just have a car sitting in their garage that has to be repoed. So, didn't show up on the Zoom call. Guess what? Judge isn't happy. Now they have to go to court in person instead of just conveniently showing up in your living room or something. Now you got to drive down in that goddamn Atlanta traffic and go to the courthouse or wherever it is they go. I actually really don't know. The judge tells Kim that she needs to live in the basement of their house and Croy can live on the top floor.
Wow.
So Kim is now banished to the basement. Court ordered. Has to live in they call it like the maid's quarters or whatever.
No, not the maid's quarters.
And the judge also told her she needs to start acting like a lady, which unnecessary.
That was a little bit of the patriarchy on the way out.
Yeah. So then guess what happened?
What happens?
Kim calls 911 again.
There it is. Yeah. 911 is just her like teletherapist at this point.
And she calls them. I'm sure the cops are like, oh my God, these two again? Whatever. Is it the neck cream? Yes, it is the neck cream. Again. Kim is locked out of the master bedroom, which the judge told her she could not go in there. And she said, my neck cream is in there and he won't give it to me. And they were like, okay, well, this really is not our problem. You know, like, and Croy is refusing to come out of the master bedroom because he's locked in there because he said Kim is going to like run in and like cause problems or whatever.
So he's locked himself in the bedroom and locked her out of the bedroom. Kim has called 911. Nobody's getting into the bedroom.
Yes.
Wow. In Atlanta, those cops are always ready to start something.
Yeah. And you have to also assume, again, I know we forgot about them. Their children, their young children are at home.
The children. Oh my God. Yeah. Again, I forgot about the children. That's fact.
I told you. I was like, I forget about them. There's too much stuff.
What are they doing while they're like, okay, if you don't let me into the bedroom for my neck cream, I'm calling 911. Like, are they playing Fortnite? Like, what's happening?
I don't know, but like Kim and Croy told the judge they act civil around their kids and their kids don't know anything. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a lie.
Very much doubt that. No.
There's another update I'd like to share with you.
Do share.
All of this has happened, right? Currently happening. Foreclosure, debt, divorce. So if you, a rational person.
I don't know that I would give that to me right away, but okay, go on.
Okay, pretend you're delusional.
Okay, I'm Delulu. All right.
What's your next move to make sure that you look like a competent, caring, a good person, a good parent, someone who's really going to turn their life around and try to clean up the mess they made? Yeah. Like what do you do when you're delusional?
I don't know. I start wearing brunette wigs instead of blonde wigs, and I start going to church. I'm trying to think of like what you would do as a delusional person that you think would play any favor in the courtroom. Yeah. I'm sure I'm all wrong. Tell me, what did she do?
She flies to California to get vaginal rejuvenation surgery.
That's for them kids, you know. Can't take care of kids if you've got a loose vajayjay. Would not have thought of that.
And she also got like some kind of neck lift or something while she was there.
Great. Yeah. No. What? So how did that go for her?
Well, not well, because the surgeon who did the plastic surgery is on TikTok, because of course he is. He posts a video of Kim, and in this video, Kim has no makeup and no wig on, and she is stunning. I'll have to send you the picture. I mean, I saw it and I was like,
okay.
Damn, girl, like...
Okay, that was unexpected. I thought that was going to go in the completely opposite direction. I'm very excited to see this picture.
The doctor posts it on TikTok, and all the comments are like, oh, I hope she paid in cash.
Oh.
The doctor responded, nope, she paid in full. Like, I didn't do this pro bono or whatever. Like, I got paid. Where did she get this $30,000? Where did that money
Where
come
did
from?
she get it? Do you know?
I don't know. I really don't. But she took someone with her to California.
Was it Croy?
It was.
So he went with her on that trip?
Yes.
Oh my God. Color me absolutely stunned. What the hell made him decide, well, you know what? I do not like you as a person, but I will travel with you to another state to make sure that you're okay after your surgery.
If she is making your life a living nightmare, and then you go with her for unnecessary surgery.
Hours and hours flight.
Yeah. And you know they sat next to each other.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
So,
no, I don't get it at all. So is that it? Is that where we are?
I have one more update because her house was officially supposed to go into foreclosure 2 days ago, and it has not done so yet. So here we are, November 11th, not in foreclosure yet.
Oh my God, what a mess. She's a messy, messy mess. What do you think the interior of her closet looks like? Are we talking like organized by color? Is it just like a bunch of stuff all over the place?
It's first of all, I guarantee it's shit all over the place. But guess what she's doing? I forgot about this too. She is selling her old clothes from like 2016 way over market value.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's, that's what I think about it.
I mean, and that's a perfectly good thought. I feel the same way. Any last thoughts on that story?
Final thoughts. I hope everything works out for the kids. And I really do not care what happens to Kim and Croy.
Well, I too very, very much want to make sure that the kids are okay. But part of me just wants both of them to end up having to like wait tables at like a mid-level restaurant. I'd like to see Kim survive a month at J. Alexander's, you know?
Oh my God. No, I want Kim to have to work at Target on Black Friday.
Oh, okay. So you brought out the big gun. I was like, let's see if she could survive in this like semi-nice restaurant where there's like nice steak and nice wine. And you were like, I want her to get pummeled to death by people that are looking for a deal on a TV.
But no, I did say Target and not Walmart. So
that's true.
He's easing her into it.
I still don't know, man. It's Black Friday. That's like telling somebody like that is going for their first swim to just swim across the Pacific.
No.
It's nothing. Anybody who can swim can go across the Pacific. Just go. It's whatever.
Okay, so I want her to like be trained before Black Friday. But maybe like her second or third actual shift is Black Friday.
There's no way she gets through it without walking out.
And I really don't think, because I work retail, I don't think Black Friday is that bad. Like, it's busy, but I would rather be busy than
not
have nothing to do.
Yeah, I understand that. And as like a person who works in the restaurant industry, you're not making any money if nobody's coming in. So when it's slow, it's like, what am I even doing here? But I would like to see her have to get a job. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, I want her to get a job, and I want Croy to get a job. And I want them to sell their house. I want
Croy to get a job, and I want people to always say his name wrong for eternity. So what's your name? Clay?
Croy?
Troy? No.
Can I get a quick spelling on that? Oh. Guess what their first son's name is?
What? Tell me.
Croy Jr.
Of course it's fucking Croy Jr. Croy? That sounds like a fish, like a very small fish that you can catch in like shallow lake water. Like, oh, Saturday, we're just going to get all the kids in the truck, go down there and go croy fishing.
Oh my God. And their second son, Cash with a K.
Naturally. Cash and Croy. I hate it. That makes me, it made me viscerally upset to say both names.
Oh, and they're terrible kids Cash too, I guess. That's what I heard.
I mean, that goes without saying. Yeah. I think that when you are living in that much chaos, you don't typically turn out to be a very well-adjusted child.
No, absolutely not.
Let me see. My final thoughts, besides I think that they should both have to get jobs, is, I don't know. I got such a weird vibe around money. I'm always like, you can't take it with you. So if you want to do something fun, do it now. You get to a car accident today. So get those bills figured out and then keep having fun. That's my final thought.
Yeah, that's a good one because they could have easily paid their bills and had a nice lifestyle.
Yeah, easy. That's what most of them do. The rich. Okay, so that was Kim. Say her last name. I don't know how to say her last name.
Kim Zolciak-Biermann.
All right, that was Kim Zolciak-Biermann, and we'll be right back. All right, that was our show. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 2. We are so delighted that you're here. This has been so much fun. Megan, where can they find us?
They can find us on Facebook at We Talk Shit Podcast, but the shit is a $. And then on Instagram at We Talk Shit the Podcast, but the S is not a $, because they wouldn't let me put one in there.
Okay. I'll also link you to our individual social medias in the show notes as well. So that's a whole bunch of fun. You can see whatever pictures of my dogs and sometimes when I bake. I think that's all we have.
Yeah. Who are we talking shit about next week, girl?
Next week, we are talking about the insane relationship between Dave Coulier and Alanis Morissette. I am learning so much about these people, and I just need to put all of that info out into the ether so everybody can share it with me.
I'm excited because I know a little bit, but not a lot. Isn't it ironic?
Yeah. Yeah, when you learn enough, it's like, oh no. Yeah, it's ironic. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You'll find us here next week on Wednesday. Yeah, it'll be happy hour to Teacup, and we can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.